Hello, I'm Dr. Gary Gould, and today in the field we're going to be looking at camera movement. Now, camera movement can create a really active and exciting element to your productions, but what I want to show you today is not something that involves walking, but involves subtle minor movement in your production. So I'm going to show you what's called a slider. No, not the hamburger. The slider is a piece of technical equipment that you can use that will allow you to move the camera just a very short period, just a short distance, but can be very effective. Now, sliders come in all different shapes, sizes, and price range. This one is a pro level one. This is probably worth maybe $5,000 or $6,000. And you can see I have mounted on wood blocks here, but here's a picture of the box that it came in. There's all kinds of mounts for it. You can put it on stands, you can make it higher, you can make it various heights from the ground. You can also hang the camera on this particular unit. You can actually hang the whole thing upside down, and the head will stay on, and you can do an upside down movement with it as well. So I want to show you two shots in my garden. I'm going to show you one just handheld with my hand, the best I can do in terms of trying to do a tracking shot along the flower line. And the second one, I'm going to use this slider here to show you what a nice smooth motion you can get with it. Now, some sliders like this one, the base actually can also rotate 360 degrees if I have it mounted on a different system than I've got here. So I can actually turn the camera and do a camera movement as well. But camera movements can be very effective in telling your stories in a very powerful way. So let's take a look. So the slider is great for movement over short distances, just a little subtle movement in your shot. And again, you can change the angle up or down. And that Matthew slider also would rotate 360 degrees on the axis should you need that. Now, if you want to use movement over a larger distance, you're going to need a dolly of some kind. And what I'm going to show you today is this dolly here. This is the Matthew's Duty Dolly. You'll also see I've got a couple of steel rails there. These are actually square because you can put them on stands and have the dolly at a much higher height as well. You can also use PVC pipe on this, and the wheels on the Duty Dolly are so smooth. If you have a smooth surface like concrete or a hallway floor, like butter. Now, this is interlocking brick, so it would bump. So I've put the rails down, and I'm going to show you how smooth the motion a dolly can get you. I'm also going to show you the shot without the dolly. So let's take a look at that right now. A dolly is also an excellent thing to have if you want to track along with a character or two as they walk and talk. It provides you a nice dynamic element to your production. So here's the same shot again, only using a static camera setup. It's not wrong, it's just different. And that's the thing you realize as a director. The choice of lenses that you use, whether you use motion or movement in your shot or not, all of these things are part of the storytelling. And you have to decide what elements do you want to include in your production to tell your story most effectively. I'm going to run both those clips, the static shot and the shot using the dolly, side by side, and you can feel the difference, see the difference, and maybe have a better understanding of where you might use those each shots in your production. So let's take a look. Here you go. So there you go. There's a couple ways to introduce movement into your shots, whether it's a slider or a dolly. And if you don't have access to those, you can certainly improvise a dolly with wheels, a skateboard, something like even a wheelchair or a desk chair will work for you as well on a smooth surface. A slider I've seen people use on a granite countertop in a kitchen. They use a soft cloth. They put their camera on and simply pull it across. Make sure you don't scratch the counter, so you do that at your own risk. But be careful, and you can come up with some great stuff. Anyways, from the field, I'm Dr. Gary Gould. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again.